You have now arrived at Stadium Gale.
The snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be caught! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyreek Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw, pops and fires the ball over the middle. It's there! It's there! Touchdown! Norrick's got a touchdown! Oh my! Norrick's got a touchdown!
Hands it off to Harmon. He comes back. Say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out a winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium Gale.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Stadium Gale. It's your boy Corey.
It's Dan.
Delatorre.
And your boy Jay Scott 2-5. What's good, y'all boys?
What up, 2-5?
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, same corner, same time. 8 p.m. feels like 10 p.m. I vote to move the show up a tad, bro. That's what I vote, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm down. Nick had some activities. So he's got his day job to support. So I think all in all, we're like on the same page about maybe doing it like 7.
I'm down.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we don't need to talk about how the sausage is made here.
How was y'all
No
weekend,
doubt.
man? What's going on with y'all this weekend?
Let's catch up.
Bro,
Let's catch up.
single dad. Lo had to work Saturday, got home. It's been a lot of traveling. I was in Duke, Cameron, Durham, then New York. Got back from New York. One day later, solo dadding, crushed it. Park,
Yeah.
Miss Rachel. I don't know how people become saints, but I nominate Miss Rachel for sainthood.
Right.
Rachel's or Rachel? This is one person.
Miss
Rachel.
Rachel.
Get it
I
right.
mean, she does the work of 1,000, but she's just one
swear.
woman.
She's worked wonders in a lot of homes.
Yeah, and then Sunday, we took Frankie to her first gym session. We found they do like baby gym, like a baby hour at the local gym. Girl is fearless. I was filled with fear at how fearless she was. Going to be a problem, but good weekend. Back at it. Ready for the holidays.
Ready for the holidays.
Holidays are here.
Holidays are here. Yeah, I'm going down to South Florida next week. I'll be recording from South Florida. Excited about that. I had what I would consider one of the best 3-day stretches of that I could put together. Played golf on Thursday, played golf on Friday, and then I played golf on Saturday. And I shot a 38 on my back 9 of my final round, something that I am more than pleased with. So shout out to me for accomplishing that. And but yeah, it was other than that, just a good relaxing weekend. I had my company Christmas party, took them out on like this riverboat lunch brunch thing that we did. So, but all in all, good weekend. I just need I need some extra time to recover these days. You know what I mean? That's why the bender days are done. People are like, "Oh, bender day," and I'm like, "No, sir, no, sir."
You gotta retire that, man. The bounce back ain't the same. What you get into, Jordan?
Buddy, the Bender Dan is retired more than Michael Jordan. Keeps coming back in the 4
right.
5.
More than Jay-Z.
Keeps coming back in the 4 5.
Nope,
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
retire
in,
like
I'm
5
into,
times.
What's up, bro?
I'm into short grass touching.
He did like 10 farewell tours, man.
I'm done. No, I'm done. These are done. I hang my jersey in the rafters. But who knows? May Philip
album's
Rivers
next.
come back right before I go to the Hall of Fame.
If he
Philip
can do
don't
it,
like home,
anybody
man.
can, baby.
No, Philip don't
I'm
like
a little
home.
skinnier.
He
Boys,
said
that's
he
my
don't want to
retirement.
deal with all them kids.
You got too many kids. He's like, man, get me up out of here, bro.
At that
What's
point, like the kids are taking care of them. 10, you can just like you have enough money. You build a basketball court outside. You got 5-on-5. Hey, y'all have fun.
Right. That's Man, I had a pretty chill weekend, man. Same kind of vibes as Nick. Wife went out of town for a day or two, and so I had the kiddos to myself. Luckily, we live on a street where it's a lot of kids outside, so I just popped open the garage, brought out a little lawn chair, go around, just stay on this street right here, just like the old school days. So they was loving it, figuring out stuff to do, digging up dirt. I don't want to bore y'all with all my dad life, but it was a pretty chilling vibing weekend with the kids. Got to get some time with them, man.
Dope. I didn't get into a whole lot, man. State championships was last week, so covered a lot of that down at FIU. Ran into a lot of Gators at the Miami Northwestern Reigns game. Tyree Cleveland, my man Rick Wells coaching over there. Riedel was out there. It was just a lot of Gators on that sideline. So that was dope running into some Gators at the state game. But after the last week and all the shenanigans of the state game, I just needed rest over the weekend. So I just chilled and watched a playoff caliber Florida team. Somebody got to hold this thing down. So Duval.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Corey, were you there? Were you there at the game where Lake Mary had the Hail Mary at the end of the game? And the guy
I missed that one. It was raining, so I didn't. I didn't. I decided to but that was a crazy finish. All these games were really good. The Northwestern Reigns game was a barn burner, bruh.
Yeah. Even Newman game was pretty good too.
Yeah. It was some good games, man. I enjoyed myself.
With the run. Yeah, I was impressed with all the state games that went over the weekend. I was
a lot of upsets.
Bought a little streaming website. Yeah, I was just watching at the crib and just watching them boys ball, but it was good.
Yeah, a lot of upsets. Newman upset Chaminade, and then Reigns definitely pulled out the upset with Miami Northwestern because
that was a big one.
If they had betting odds, they probably was like 20-point favorites.
I'm sure it was gunpowder in the air after that game.
It was some mentions of gunpowder, right? But you also on a college campus, right? And so
I play that trash, and I know how different. I go in trash.
Yeah, trash is different than being on a college campus for sure. Like, it's a police department on that campus. So, but it was more than gunpowder in there. It was cushion there. It smelled like the projects.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I just know they brought the whole hood out there and had that thing.
Yeah, Little Duval was on the sidelines. Like, it was an eventful. It was good times. But anywho, we gotta talk Gator football eventually.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Let's do a quick Brunt ad read, and then let's get on with the show.
Greg.
One time for the great folks at Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you need insured: home, auto, cars, RVs, boats, ATVs, anything with wheels, and including your life. You can also insure your life as well. Hit Greg up for the lowest quote you could possibly get. I don't care how much you're paying for insurance. I promise you, Greg can save you some money. And if you can't, then I just lied again. But 954-589-2204. Call Greg for a free quote or visit bruntinsurance.com. Brunt Insurance Financial Service. Big coverage, big policies.
Greg, what it do, baby?
All right, guys, we didn't talk about this pre-show. Do we want to talk about transfers or do we want to talk about coaches? I say let's talk about coaches. That'll get through a little bit quicker, and then we can get into all the other stuff.
Sounds like a plan. All
right, cool. This will be your appetizer. So last week we talked offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and then a couple days after the last show. Well, I guess at the time, Buster Faulkner hadn't been officially announced. People were worried. He was officially announced. I think it was Spurrier's Gridiron Grill that posted a photo of the coaching staff together saying, hey, they're here. They're having a good time. And everybody's like, okay, maybe they're not. Maybe he's not interviewing for other jobs. So he's officially on staff, great hire. And he obviously, we'll talk about it, has brought some other folks over with him. But probably the big news that Gator Nation has been clamoring for probably the better part of 5, 6, 7, 8 years now is the return of former Gators national champion offensive lineman Phil Trotwine, who's going to be joining UF as the offensive line coach. And boys, he has been heavy on the recruiting trail. I think I've seen more offensive linemen post Gator emojis and talking to our offensive line coach more than the last couple staffs combined. So Phil Trotwine, obviously a guy that, Corey, we all talked about on this show how great he would be to come back. And, a lot of Gator fans, like I said, have been clamoring for him to come back. Huge get for the Gators on the offensive line. What are your thoughts?
Got Uncle Phil back in the building. Yeah, I wanted James Franklin for Phil Trotwine as well, right? I think he's one of the best offensive line coaches. The numbers kind of show that exact same thing. He's a Gator. And I think one of the things we've been missing, even though we had Mike Peterson, forgetting my guy's name?
Who?
Mike Peterson?
Mike Peterson, right? Yeah, right name.
Yeah, you got it right.
Even though we got Mike Peterson on staff, the more Gators, the merrier, and Phil's one of those guys that's going to come in. Offensive line recruiting has been a struggle since Urban left. So a guy that Urban had on the roster to come back, and he's one of the top offensive line coaches in the country, that's just a blessing in disguise, bro. So a lot of people think he thought he wanted to just stay up north, and turns out, bro, like when I got that follow last week, I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know how he found a guy like me. Like, unless you really into Gator things, man. Like, I don't know how you just find and run up on my tweet. So I just had good vibes. Thought he was a guy when his name came up in the searches, just a home run hire. Offensive line, just not more else you can ask for at that position, bro. It's a home run hire.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, we are actively working on an interview with Phil Trotwine in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned.
I like that hire though, man. I kind of mentioned it in the last show. I felt like he was the kind of guy who was going to make some former player hires, and that, like, whether they were former Gators or just people who have played ball at a high level in general, that was going to be majority of his staff. I just felt like that was going to be the route that they were going. And so far, it's looking so good. I think they got, like 3 guys that's played before that are on the roster. 2, maybe, yeah, 2. For 2 that I know for sure, Brandon Harris and then Phil.
Yeah. No, so Phil Trotwine has coached 39 all-conference selections in 8 years. That was 6 seasons at Penn State and 2 seasons at Boston College, widely considered one of the best offensive line recruiters in the country. And, again, I think when, most people don't know offensive line coaches. And if you do, that means you're doing something well. And it's not just because Phil Trotwine is a former Gator. He is widely respected by all in the profession to be one of not only one of the best recruiters in the country, but an incredible developer of talent. And I think that you see a lot of that with the recruits that are mentioning being offered by him, the excitement that there is that he's coaching. And these are highly ranked 4-star guys, 5-star guys. So again, just a huge get for Jon Sumrall on the offensive line.
No doubt.
Yeah, I think 2 things. One, love that it's a Gator. Was here for Urban, understands, knows that standard. Already seeing him going after, and you're getting, tweets and offering and stuff from 4- and 5-star guys in the 27 class. But 2, I think he's been at 2 places. One, probably hard to recruit and get 4- or 5-star talent to Boston College. A little bit easier at Penn State, even though you're going up against Ohio State, Michigan, Nebraska, Texas, Alabama,
Iowa.
Iowa in that area. So one, I think it speaks to his recruiting level, his recruiting ability, and then also his coaching and the way he's able to develop. So I think it's a great fit. I think he would have been great if Arizona State hired him. I think he would have been great no matter who hired him. I think it's better coming back home because there's something about it. Jordan coaches at high school. It might be a little different if you coach back at STA, or it might be different if you were coaching and you're wearing the Gator on your chest. It's just different when you're going back to a place that means so much to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, a guy that played 5 years at UF, got into coaching not long after he graduated. I think had a couple, maybe practice squads or, a little bit of time there in the NFL. Went to Boston College, was there first as a graduate assistant, and then got hired as their offensive coordinator in 2018. I think he was with Davidson before that. Mentored an All-American and got one of their offensive linemen to be a first-round NFL draft pick, and Chris Lindstrom. Sounds like an NHL player there. And then he also, like I said, helped develop a lot of those guys. That is the first player that they put in the first round since Matt Ryan about 10 years before that. And then again, like I said, 37 all-conference players at Penn State, which the Big Ten is very much known for the offensive line. And so to be able to put that consistent amount of talent, not only into all conference selections, but all American selections and everything else. Again, a fantastic get for Jon Sumrall and the staff. And then it was also announced that the Gators are going to poach a coach that looked like he was going to go to FSU, but he's the former defensive backs coach at the University of Central Florida, and that's Brandon Harris, brother of former Gator Treon Harris. Spent one season at UCF. They ranked 25th nationally in pass defense, which is the lowest that they've had in pass defense, or the highest, that they've ranked in pass defense since 2001, and only allowed 13 touchdown passes all season. He was named a 2026 AFCA 35 under 35 Coaches Leadership Institute class. So definitely a rising star in the game. Came from he was FAU's defensive coordinator for 2 seasons, cornerbacks coach at FAU, and then before that he was at FIU, former University of Miami defensive back.
I think he's putting together impressive staff, man. I like Brandon Harris. You're resetting the board a little bit just from a coaching standpoint on who's those new names, right? And I think DB coach is one of those spots. Like, the Corey Raymonds, you don't have – everybody's building their name to be the new Corey Raymond. And I think Brandon Harris is a good teacher of the game. I think he's going to be a absolute dog down there in South Florida recruiting. The emphasis on bringing in former Florida guys, I just like it. Trot around with the Gators ties, but then you bring in Brandon Harris, his South Florida ties. He's from a legendary family. We talk about Trayon, but his brother Tim coaches at Florida State. His dad Ice is one of the most legendary coaches, one of the GOATs down in Dade County. So he's just from a different cloth, man. I think we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with on the recruiting trail down in South Florida with him for sure. And then we'll speak about the other hires that we've made, but it's a lot of emphasis on South Florida for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then over the last 2 days, a couple more announcements are expected to be named and kind of have already leaked out. And that's Marcus Davis, the wide receiver coach, previously at Auburn. Again, kind of an up-and-comer himself in the business. He originally from the 5.61, played 50 games at Auburn, started 15 of them as a wide receiver at 83 receptions, went to Florida State as an offensive graduate assistant during 2020, spent some time at Auburn before that, and then has been at Auburn the last few years, where he's coached running backs, kick returners, and then, of course, wide receivers over the past few years. Known as a great and tenacious recruiter in the business, including recruiting Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton, who are two of the better wide receivers in the SEC. And so good get. A guy that I think is still developing. The Auburn message boards and fan base had some things to say about development, things of that nature. I guess we'll see. But again, a guy that's known as a tenacious recruiter coming over here, leaving his alma mater.
Yeah, I think it's a slam dunk in the recruiting world. Another guy that's gone South Florida, got Palm Beach ties. And the recruiting that he did at Auburn with that receiver room, while everybody got their opinion on how the offense in its totality was terrible. But the one bright spot on that team was receiver, right? Even though they had some drops, nothing was perfect. It's a reason why those guys, Hugh and those guys, got fired. But from a just recruiting standpoint, I think it's a grand slam, of a hire. We just got to see what he does development. I'm not going to give him any flowers. I haven't seen much that he's developed, so I want to see if that changes, when he gets to UF. But from a recruiting standpoint, really good hire.
Yeah, a guy that Oregon apparently was targeting last year before he decided to stick around at Auburn as well. I like to think Hugh Freeze, while it didn't work out at Auburn, has been, known as more of an offensive coach. Dan Lanning in Oregon's obviously a program that has run some great offenses. So being able to compete and get, go against those guys for that kind of talent, in my opinion, kind of speaks a little bit more highly than what the fan base, may or may not know about him and his development. I think these coaches know a bit more about what these guys can do on the field and off the field than watching, Auburn kind of sputter around on offense.
Yeah, I mean, if Dan Lanning want him, I want him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
facts.
I think that was a good get for us, though, for it, man. Overall, I feel like you're going to kill the recruiting, like we said, and he's able to obviously he can see talent and no talent, and obviously we got to wait to see what talent he can develop. But just with the guys we got in that room, I mean, I ain't saying that they don't need a little bit of development, but they pretty polished as it goes. So I ain't really too mad at that position.
Cool. And then is that finally? Yeah, this will be finally. It does look like Buster Faulkner is going to be bringing over a couple of folks with him from Georgia Tech. That is offensive analyst and former Alabama offensive lineman Emil Ekiyor, H-backs coach Dylan Dockery, and assistant offensive line coach Mike Polly, all potentially going to join. So building out what that staff looks like, again, a lot of these analysts and stuff like that, we're not going to spend a ton of time talking about, but Emil Ekiyor was a starter at Alabama from 2020 to 2022 and was a first team all SEC player when he was in his final year there at Alabama. Dockery has been at Georgia Tech for 2 years. And then Polly had spent the last year with Georgia Tech and then the 10 years before that at Middle Tennessee, where he coached offense and special teams over there. So again, looks like they're building out the staff. So I know we're still waiting on a running back coach announcement. If there's going to be a dedicated quarterback coach, or if that's just going to be an off the field, because there's no limitations on-field coaching anymore the way that there used to be. So I know that there's been some discussion about what Buster Faulkner is going to coach and everything else. What else does that look like? So you're waiting on a tight end coach. I know that there's some smoke about Georgia Tech's coach may or may not be coming. So we're not going to pontificate on that too much. And then certainly there's some defensive coaches that we're waiting on. Besides, we did. Coach, right? Yeah, Collins. Yeah. Hold on. Yep. Forgot completely about him in my write-up here. Chris Collins is joining the staff from Kentucky. He was at Kentucky for the last 4 seasons, and he was the defensive backs coach and co-defensive coordinator there with Kentucky. So he worked closely, obviously, with Brad White those 4 years. They had 2 top 25 defenses during that time. He had 3 NFL selections, including the in 2025 draft, where Kentucky had their first ever defensive back taken in the first round. So under his tenure, Kentucky's defense ranked 4th, 2nd, 7th in the SEC in 21 through 23. And so obviously the last couple of seasons haven't been as strong for Kentucky, but again, a younger guy, pretty young staff. He's only 37. He played safety and outside linebacker for Western Carolina during his time playing college ball, and was a second-team All-Southern Conference player himself.
Yeah, I think it's a solid hire. The only just reservations I have, I know Jon Sumrall is not going to hire his friends, but the guys he's hiring is going to probably hire his friends, right? And I think we're seeing even that with I think we're seeing that even with some of the which I'm fine with, especially I love Georgia Tech's. It's just reality, bro. At some point, you're gonna have to hire friends and people in your network, right? At some point, it's gonna happen. So like the Georgia Tech, I like that they're bringing in assistants from the offensive line room, because I wanted the offensive line coach before I knew we could get filled, right? So if you're bringing in assistants that are around that offensive line room, bring all of those guys. I like what they was doing out of Georgia Tech. And just from a continuity standpoint, he's going to need – DC is going to need people that can teach his defense, right? So he's gonna have to bring in guys he's worked with before to be able to teach this thing and delegate it faster and get guys up to speed. So I understand he was a co-DC at Kentucky. I think he's a recruit. He's gonna have a platform to recruit better than he had at Kentucky, right? So he isn't known for a top-notch recruiter, but he's gonna have that opportunity to do that at UF. Now he got a better logo on his chest. So solid hire. Some friends are gonna get hired from time to time.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get guys that you're comfortable with, especially as maybe a linchpin to that staff. Doesn't mean, they're bringing over the whole staff. Obviously, we haven't seen that with Georgia Tech. We haven't seen that with Kentucky. Kentucky's defense obviously hasn't been what it was the last couple of years, but learning under Mark Stoops, they've had some great years where Kentucky isn't able to recruit or retain talent the way that a school like the University of Florida should be able to do. So I'm proud about what the staff looks like now. It's never going to be perfect all-stars because you need people that you can work well together. You can't just go after and get the biggest name and hope that it works out. We've seen that not work out at the University of Florida times, and we've seen that happen at other schools too. So you're going to have to get people that are going to that you're comfortable with working with, and then hopefully, you build a staff around some guys that maybe are different and are going to challenge you and aren't the yes men that we're used to seeing. So, we still have probably half the coaching staff to fill out. But so far, I give this a solid, B+ staff so far.
Yeah.
You guys probably touched on it last week too, but I think keeping Gerald Chapman was big. I'm sorry about that.
Chapman was huge. Pause.
Yeah. Keeping Chapman's huge. I think Jalute, maybe, I don't know how he's spinning it, but I think he maybe would have had an opportunity to stay before he left. But yeah, I think there was going to be
pretty solid. He's at Texas, so
yeah, not a bad place to land.
No, not at all.
Definitely the coach that got the best job out of all of them.
Yes,
which we kind of suspect. I think Chapman would. I think Chapman would have been in that same in that same realm. I think Chapman would have got some big boy offers for sure. And those are the two top guys on this staff.
Yeah, the rest we'll see where they land.
Oh, I know where most of them are going to land. Harrisonburg, Virginia slaps differently in February. But yeah, so that's what it looks like.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I tell you that.
That's Harrisburg. Let's see.
That's what I thought you said. My bad.
No, Harrisonburg.
Oh.
There's Ryland Goode is also coming over. He's a former power forward tight end. He was an offensive quality control staffer at Georgia Tech last year. And I want to give all these guys their flowers. It's cool to be able to get a job like working at the University of Florida. And then AJ Erdely is also coming over from, you guessed it, Georgia Tech as UF's assistant quarterback coach, a former UAB quarterback. Spent the last 3 seasons at Georgia Tech working with Haynes King, who finished 10th in Heisman voting. Shout out to Haynes Luther.
One time for the GOAT, man. Big fan of that guy before it's popular. I seen the vision.
You did. So that's where we're at staff-wise. You still have potentially an edge coach that you might be looking to get, maybe a linebackers coach. How they split up the defensive backs will certainly be a question that still needs answering. Tight end coach. Yeah. And running back coach.
Yeah.
So what's the guy name real quick before we move on off of coaches? So the guy that was coming over from Georgia Tech that was possibly gonna be a tight ends coach. I seen something on Georgia Tech's board saying that he was gonna be an inside receivers coach. If we name somebody that, I'm pulling a red flag. That's a red flag, bro.
Trent McKnight is the name that Corey's talking about. There is a rumor that he was going to come over in an undisclosed position. It obviously he's not going to be wide receiver coach anymore, and maybe as a tight end coach. It just never was fully a fully baked idea yet. And then there is a rumor from, not a rumor, just a comment from somebody that writes for the Georgia Tech On3 message board that said Trent McKnight might be staying now. Florida offered him inside receivers coach and passing game coordinator, and that's not what he was expected to get. He's getting cold feet, has told some people at Georgia Tech that he's not leaving. So I guess we'll see.
Inside receivers coach gives me 2 O-line coach vibes. I don't think
They didn't got that rule to get as many coaches they want. They starting to make up new positions now.
Yeah, I like it. If he would have fell for it, I would have liked it, but he didn't fall for it. I do think that guy can recruit. In the receiver room at Georgia Tech has been some good development in play, So I wouldn't mind him coming in the inside receiver coach or tight end coach if we can make it happen. But anywho.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's do a quick ad read for our friends. You know them from Game Day Eve. They're back, full-time sponsor of this main show that we have here, and that's our friends over the Dicus, Burke, and Lewis Law Group. They used to work, and I got the chance. I've known Adam Lewis for quite some time now. I got to meet some of his business partners at a golf tournament on Thursday. Really great guys. Got to hear their story. Very successful in doing what they're doing. So they're going to fight against the insurance company for you whenever you guys have potential issues, whether it's storm damage, hurricane damage, water damage, whatever it might be, where you need to fight against your insurance company to make sure that you are fully covered. Go visit Dicus, Burke, and Lewis. You can reach them at 727-258-0043 or Dicus, that's DICUS, Burke Law.com. So again, our friends over the Dicus, Burke, and Lewis Law Group, 727-258-0043. I want to shout everybody out in the sponsors. We got in the comment section, we have 4,100 people that are watching, so make sure you hit the retweet button, hit the like button as we continue on for probably the thing that everybody was waiting to hear from us, and that was us announcing that Najee Harris made it to the SEC Community Service Team. So congratulations.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Najee.
Big up to him. That's
Najee,
awesome.
Man. Yeah, man. Giving back is important.
It's huge. I mean, you're doing things on the field and off the field. Jake Slaughter did earn some All-American honors himself, second team All-American by the Athletic, and he was also second team Walter Camp. So I don't think that gets him eligible, unfortunately, for the Ring of Honor in the future. But shout out to him. He will have another brick outside of the stadium. No?
First
Is that
team.
just first team?
Just first team, bro.
First team.
Oh, okay. Well, he already has one, so they can maybe throw some polish on it. Do a quick pressure wash.
A little spit shine. I think Vernon Hargreaves has 2. Tim has 2. There's a couple guys that have 2.
Brandon Spikes have 2?
Tim might not have. I actually don't know. I know Vern has 2.
Yeah.
His sophomore, junior year.
Tim got a trophy out there, so don't sweat if you don't got 2.
That junior year for Vernon.
Yeah,
that was a legacy All-American for Vernon his junior year, but let's see. All right, Black Pine Labs. Always been a long time listener to the show. Evening, fellas. Nick, I hope the site security's been taken care of.
Oh, bro, he sent me a screech. He signed in to Florida Victorious and was just in my account. I was like,
oh, very good.
Yo,
he just sent me a screenshot. I was like, yo, you might want to check this out. I logged out and logged back into my screen.
No, I would log back in, check to see who Nick's DM and
send them DMs, bro. Yeah,
bro.
You could let us know what's going on with the payroll, fam.
That's why I had my head you turned to the side trying to read. I didn't understand that you had a massive cybersecurity issue going on.
Apparently, yeah.
Dan is still trust your sources. Appreciate it. Keep being you, man. 561 love. The 561 love probably goes on to you, Jordan, too, because you're a 561 guy. Jordan, what's up?
He's not. 954 guy.
No, we've adopted the guy, bro. Like, what are you doing?
But he's a 561 guy right now.
Let him speak for himself. Jordan, what 3 numbers do you claim?
You know I bleed the 954, but I currently
Oh.
reside.
No. I didn't ask what area you currently are living in.
Right, but you know what it is now.
That's
know.
where you're from.
Yeah.
You could be honest off of here, Scarlett. Don't worry about it. When Nick and Dan's not here to pressure you, bro. I got you.
Nah, I rock with Dan, man. Me and Dan neighbors, man. I'm really a Sunrise guy, so Core Springs ain't nothing but a little hop, skip away, you know. Core Springs Mall used to be my jam.
Oh, that is a jam. So you almost went to the Core Springs High. Like you almost
High. We would not know what to do. Jordan would not have gone to UF.
I would say
I would gone to like Miami or something.
Jordan would have been quarterback, running back, receiver, middle linebacker,
everything.
Nose tackle,
coach.
Yeah,
mascot, like all that.
The only fan in the stands, all of it.
I was almost a Taravella guy because I played for Tamarack. Yeah, I played for Tamarack for Little League, and you know everybody who goes to Tamarack goes to Yeah, I was almost that. All my teammates were the Taravella. It was funny. I got to play against them at U School. We beat the doors off them.
I was going to say, I think if you want to know how bad Coral Springs High School was, I think we beat them one time in the 4 years that I was there. So, yeah. That's it, dude. We were bad. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, that's Coral Springs High, all right.
You and David
yeah. All right, let's get back into let's lock back in. All right. Let's get into some announcements, transfer portal. So a lot has happened. So we're going to do these in chronological order. Oh. Yes, Nick.
Sorry, I have the Dolphins give up on my second screen. Watching America's team.
I've got the Panthers and the Lightning playing on my screen, and my Lightning are not doing well. All right, so December 8th, wide receiver Moise Tunkara has announced didn't get a lot of opportunity this season. Probably not a huge surprise out of a pretty loaded wide receiver class. Was the lowest ranked of those guys. But Nick, I know you saw him a lot in practice, and you were pretty impressed by him as a true freshman, as a guy that I believe came in during the summer too, right? So he didn't even get the
yeah.
That
was the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing setting him back. One, Dallas Wilson's a monster. VB3 is a different kind of player, also a monster. You've got Nation Montgomery. All those guys were there ahead of him. I really like Moise as a player. I could see him doing like a Caleb Douglas kind of deal where he goes back closer to home maybe, but like he is as big as he is listed, which is not always the case. Good route runner. I think he has good hands. He'll continue to develop. He's going to be a good player. Just his decision.
Yeah. Can't keep everybody. Yeah. Originally what, from Arizona, right? Texas. Or was he Texas?
I don't know where he's I think he's originally, yeah. I think his brother plays at either Cal or UCLA. I think he was a senior though, so it's not like a going to play with your brother thing. It might just be going back home. I don't know that it matters.
Well, Justin, I said I was going to do this in chronological order, and Moise was, of course, on scholarship. So that's how we're going to roll. Because it's just a little bit easier.
Moise is scholarship. Yeah, I understand him hitting the portal. Like sometimes, like he's gonna be a talented guy that goes back. Like
yes, we are talking about a receiver who didn't play.
It's chronological order.
Chronological order. We're gonna go over every single player. There's gonna be. Wait till we get to Mike Peterson Jr., the wide receiver.
Oh,
hey, my boy, like that, nah.
Hey, sorry, Jordan. Some of them need Miss Rachel. They got to teach them numbers. Chronological.
Yeah, order. I think the kid is gonna be a ball player. But also, like, I don't know if Gainesville, just from things that I've heard behind the scene, I don't know if Gainesville was a good fit for him. So it ain't for everybody. You know, I think he go back to Texas and everything will work out fine for him. Good football player, just didn't work out.
Yep. So that's one. Again, chronological order, December 11th. Oh, gosh. I should have double-checked on the pronunciation here.
Who could it be?
Trevoice Brown?
Tavares?
Oh, yeah, it is Tavares.
Tavares, something like that.
Tavares, probably Tavares. I grew up with some Tavareses. They didn't go to Coral Springs High School, but
you never had to spell it either, huh?
No, we're not. I feel like this is not the the only way to spell Tavares.
Oh,
Anyway,
no. So
so Tavares, he's transferring, redshirt sophomore, participated in 3 games, 6 foot, almost 6'7", 296 pounds. Played quite a bit in the LIU game to start the year. Played against Kentucky and then played against Tennessee. Finished the season with 4 tackles, 2 stops. And a career high 2 tackles against Kentucky and Tennessee. Formerly a junior college guy from Hutchinson County College, our community college, enrolled at UF as a very late 2024 addition, was a preferred walk-on. I think he just showed up one day.
First day of fall camp. They told us, they're like, hey, you're going to see this kid, 96 here. He literally just enrolled.
Yeah. So
all first off the bus team.
Okay.
Yeah, he does look impressive.
Yep. And
massive human being.
Yeah. Jordan Scarlett was first off the bus team.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, an opportunity for him to maybe go find a place where he can get more opportunities to get some snaps and some opportunity for himself. But again, a guy that is going to be entering the transfer portal. And then today, it's the big wave. It started. But yeah, well, yeah. A couple other names that I think Gator fans are excited about this year as well. But obviously the big, huge announcement is former Gator starter DJ Lagway is announcing that he is going to be entering the transfer portal. There's some articles and some things that came out maybe about the discussion. If you guys want to talk about it, great. None of us were there. So some of it's conjecture, but DJ Lagway did enter the transfer portal. So I feel like we'll sit on this conversation for a while. So Jordan, thoughts?
I would say I kind of felt it when I seen his boy go in the portal, because I felt like his boy was kind of there for him. So when I kind of see that his boy hit the portal, I was like, because Moise is his boy, right? Didn't they go to school together?
No. That's Hampton.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that was his boy. Wrong info, but yeah,
they're from the same area. But then
Houston kids.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, I think that's what kind of was making me lean towards maybe he might possibly leave. And I mean, let's just call it straight. I mean, he didn't have the best season this year, so I don't know if many coaches are looking at him, begging him to stay. And not saying that that's what he was looking for in order for him to stay, but yeah, it's just a tough look. It's a tough situation. You got a new coach that's trying to change the culture, trying to change the program. And based upon what you did this last season, it's hard for him to be begging for you back. It's hard for him to just say, hey, we know we're paying you X amount of money. We're not going to do a quarterback competition coming up this training camp. This is all your show. I mean, if I was DJ's dad, I would feel like that's what I want my son to hear in order for him to stay, because he's probably got people knocking on his door telling him that, hey, your son can come here and be the starter. No quarterback competition. This is his show. I don't think that was the case for this coach. I think he's coming in fresh slate, just letting it all go. And yeah, I don't think he liked to hear that. So I don't know if that's exactly how the conversation went, but just from looking from the outside in, I just feel like it doesn't make sense for him to just outright say DJ's a starter and there's no way there should be any type of competition.
Mm-hmm. Corey?
I'm leave some on the table for y'all. I know y'all got a lot on the table.
Yeah, and I also know, if you want to respectfully,
yeah, I think it's just a fresh start was needed for everybody. I tweeted last week that I wouldn't mind seeing him transfer and end up in the Big 12 somewhere. Just a fresh start, man. Sometimes, a situation like this past season, or what we've been through as a fan base, it just gets toxic, right? And I just thought like the kid should probably go somewhere where it's, I say more of a positive environment, for everybody involved, right? And Florida got to do what they got to do to replace a guy like him. We go into the stats or whatever, but me as a fan, it's gonna be hard for you to try to sell me on, some up and comer that hasn't done much, and you trying to sell me on what he could be, because of, some other coach believes in him. Like when you get rid of what the hype of DJ Lagway was, I think you got to bring in something of substance, considering what our quarterback room in the situation has been in the last like decade, right? Outside of the anonymity of Dan Mullen and Kyle Trask, it's been an ugly situation with quarterbacks. So it's gonna be hard selling me on anything else. But I just thought it was needed for all parties involved. I thought DJ needed a fresh setting, go somewhere, Big 12 quarterback friendly conference, put up some stats, go to the league, man. That's all it's about. It's business. From a salary standpoint, I'm pretty sure that was a lot to do with, the entire situation. Everybody was probably going to wait out a little bit to see, what the slotted pay was going to be. But I've heard since late September, October, the interest that peak, NACO's, the teams that he's posting about, I've heard that noise all fall. So I knew there was going to be interest in him. Do you sit around and wait for the next coaching staff to kind of figure things out while you also got not the greatest environment that you had to deal with from, a bad losing season, a bad, experience being here. So it was just fresh start for everybody. It's good. So I'm with it.
Yeah. And I know Nick is probably sidelined from this particular conversation. Yes.
No. I like DJ. I think he's going to be, and like Corey too. So like some of the narrative out there, it was like, oh, he wanted to be like told this or told that. Same thing like Will Grier. Like when the narrative was that Will Grier's dad marched in there and said like, hey, we need to know that Will is going to be the starter. Like that's not the Lagways. It's not the way that their family would do things. I don't know. I thought DJ would be really good at Florida. I think he'll be really good once he gets developed and has a healthy offseason. So wish him nothing but the best. But it was not part of our decision. It Florida Victorious doesn't play into that. So not sidelined at all. We didn't have anything.
No, I just wasn't sure. I mean, I know you're involved in discussions and everything else. It's out there. We're only going to hear probably one side of the story in a news article with quotes and everything else. But On3 did do an interview, and I'm going to read some of the quotes with his agent, Derek Jackson. I believe it's Derek. DJ never wanted to leave. Yeah, never wanted to leave Florida, but I think the new coaching staff with their communication or lack thereof kind of made it clear where they stood with DJ. They didn't let it be known from their side that he was a guy that they wanted. Clearly, if they thought that he was a guy they wanted, they would have made it known. They would have been like, hey, we want you to come in and compete, but it was more of you can stay if you want to. That's not a place where you want to be. They talked about everything but the fact of where DJ stood. Had Florida made a stronger effort to retain DJ, there was a 100% chance the quarterback would have remained in Gainesville. He loved being a Gator. I don't think anybody represented the logo harder than him. He even recruited and tried to get top talent here. And he also mentioned that there is a ton of top schools that have expressed interest in DJ Lagway. I think Baylor, JMU, LSU, Miami were schools that have kind of been thrown around as places. I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm not saying that he's going to go to any of those or not go to any of those, but I just know, and there's probably, you guys might know certainly a lot more than what these articles are saying. But results aside, I think everybody knows what the on-field results were. We've got to know DJ Lagway through his time with the DJ Lagway Foundation and hosting that event, got to know some of his family members. And from every interaction that I had, an incredibly upstanding, human in person, fantastic teammate, represented the Gator logo well, despite what happened on the field. Certainly, I personally wish DJ Lagway, all the success in the world, and I hope that he's able to get it, on the path to where he wants to be, to where his future can potentially take him. But, another sad situation for Florida in that they're going to have to bring in another starting quarterback again. Just not a lot of continuity at the University of Florida at the quarterback position, really since Tim Tebow, right? I mean, I guess Kyle Trask, but we haven't had a 3-year starter at quarterback since Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Trask was like a year and a year and a year and a half.
Yeah.
Bro, I just saw somebody, I don't know if it was Bog or who, somebody put up Kyle Trask 2020 numbers which was 11 games, 10 of them versus SEC versus the entire Heisman quarterback, like all of them. I'm just like, oh, like
that was a wild year. That was a wild year, bro.
Crazy year.
Joe Burrows, like they both was going.
Well, Oklahoma wasn't an SEC team yet.
Yeah, but that would have been game. That would have been game 12. Yeah, they went 11.
Because the SEC championship. You're right. The SEC championship game. Yep.
What was the final score? We were there. It was like 52-46 or something. It was nuts. And if it wasn't for a blindside interception.
Oh yeah, Trey Dean got smoked.
Yeah, he got smoked.
Trey Dean just couldn't get right, bro. Like he just couldn't get right. Whenever he made a play, something crazy even happened. Like, come on, dog.
Mechie or Waddle, Trey Dean had the ball in his hand like a loaf of bread, thinking house call.
With the awareness. With the awareness of a
flashlight
duck
in his eye, doing a concussion test. You all right, dog?
He's just like the awareness of a duck crossing the street. Just
he was just that little happy kid that having little like, candy running out the store. He ain't know no better.
Oh my god,
man.
Nah, but yeah, it's just find a quarterback season. That's what it is, man. Yeah. Some good names out there, but
Bobby has to let it go. It was targeting.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bobby. I'm with you. They should have given us that flag, bro. We would have got called for that for sure. It's just our luck.
Yeah. But Kyle Pitts would still be in jail if he did that against.
Dean was definitely seeing Tweety birds. He's seeing little birds, stars, all that cartoon stuff, man.
So, how do y'all feel about the quarterback position? Do y'all really think we need to go grab something out the portal, or would you rock?
Yes,
you need to get probably one or two. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah. So you got DMX in there.
Yeah, so you think to grab one? Y'all think so?
Yeah, I mean, you've got Trammell and you've got Will Griffin coming in.
Two. You got to grab two, my boy. You got to get two quarterbacks out of the portal. Yes, you got to get two. You got to grab two.
You're not going to get two all-stars.
Jordan,
starters.
There's like 9 guys in the running back room and 7 on scholarship. You need 2 quarterbacks. We've taken care of your room. You've got the numbers in your room. You definitely need another quarterback.
I'm looking at it. I guess I'm more looking at it from a realistic point of view. What 2 quarterbacks are going to come to Florida that are actually?
Well, you're not going to get caliber. You're not going to get
the last guy had that problem, but yeah, the last guy had the same problem when he came in, right? We just repeat the same cycles, dog. I think we were back to like square one. Like, so the last guy had trouble with the same thing, trying to get 2 decent guys to come in and compete, but you got to fill 2 guys in that room. Right now, you got only 2 guys. Bringing in one, I don't foresee. I think you need 4 quarterbacks in that room, and they got to be. I think like you can't just go get a guy that doesn't have the experience. I think.
I guess I'm being realistic in that. I don't know
what you think's realistic. Then 25.
I think grabbing one experienced quarterback out the portal is realistic, and maybe if you want to say you're grabbing 2, the other guy's an average Joe. He's not a guy that can start at Florida. Well, you name me 2 athletes right now who about to go to Florida.
Lane did it. Lane did it at Ole Miss. He brought in about 4 or 5 guys, bro.
Freshman out of Alabama, and he ain't even see the field, right?
He grabbed more than that. Simmons? Like they beat us. No, they beat us for a couple guys when we ended up with who the hell we end up with? Mertz. When we ended up with Mertz, they beat us for like 2 quarterbacks. I think it was Will Howard. He brought in. It was like Dart. He brought in like 4 guys, bro, that were all competing for the job at one time.
It's crazy. I guess for me, I just don't ideally see. Okay, not saying Trammell's a bona fide starter. He can go anywhere and start. Blah blah blah. But I think he's a decent quarterback. And then you got all the hype around the freshman coming in, another decent quarterback. I just don't see 2 high-profile quarterbacks coming in to compete when you already got a 5-star quarterback and somebody that's
just telling the winner gets $6 million. They gets DJ bread. Winner gets DJ's bread.
I'm not against it. I'm more of just saying
you got to.
It's hard to convince guys of that. That's what I'm.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be hard. Fortunately for UF, they have a completely open opportunity, right? There's nobody that you're trying to bring in a backup for.
Right.
So, hey, this is your opportunity.
Compete
now
for the star.
Yeah. Now it is challenging, Jordan, and money might talk there. Maybe you bring in one guy, again, the problem with the transfer portal, it's not a problem. It just is what it is. You bring in another guy that, is a 1-year stopgap. And then you bring in another guy. Does a guy like Trammell Jones leave and you try to get an opportunity somewhere else, right? And what does this staff think about Tremelja? What does the staff think about Will Griffin? I mean, I know Will Griffin set a lot of records in Florida. I know that there's a lot of talk that Will Griffin still has a lot to work on, improve on going into next year, right? But you're not going to go try to get a new quarterback 3 days before National Signing Day. So what if none of those guys are the guys that you think are the next person, right? And we don't know, right? And I'm not saying that they don't or don't like any of them, but you have to go and you have to be aggressive this season.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can do it every year. I mean, Miami has to do it every year, but
you're right. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Miami goes and they grab one and they just rock out. Like, it's not like we're about to dance between two, being undecisive, quarterback composition out of two transfer portal guys. That's just a hot mess. Grab one guy who's about to be your guy, pay him the buku money, and let's rock out. We got two backups behind them, and let's not make this overly complicated.
Yeah, I just don't know who those guys are, Jordan.
Here's the thing, right?
Can I introduce TJ Finley, who is an LSU, Auburn, Texas State, Western Kentucky, and Tulane quarterback who is looking for his 7th year of eligibility.
Nick, why are you playing? We're trying to have a serious conversation here, my guy.
He can take that shit. Where
what are we doing? We're trying to really talk about like a real situation here, bro.
Well, first off,
hey, you bring up TJ Finley.
First off, Justin, I said Aiden Warner. Aiden Warner was in my list. I would never forget about the pizza man himself, spinning it all day.
Here's my thing. Like one of the quarterbacks they're talking about right now is Aaron Philo. I think, however you pronounce his name, backup quarterback at Tech right now. I think you bring a guy in, if Faulkner like him, cool. But I think you need to have somebody come in and compete with him. And it can't just be Tremel. I think you need to have a bona fide guy that got production this year in college football, this past season. A guy that went and got buckets you need to bring in. And then Aaron Philo and Tremel can compete. They all compete for the starting job. So I'm not even married to the Aaron thing. He just can't be your top guy, and then you're going to get a guy below his abilities to compete for the job. Nah, I don't think that's where we at, and what makes sense as a program. So
I guess this is my problem with the whole. Yeah, go ahead, Dan. You can go.
No, go ahead.
No, so I guess this is my problem with the whole bringing two guys in to compete, because we're on borrowed time when it comes to that. And what is the chemistry going to look like between the receivers and the quarterbacks? Who's going to be taking first team reps? Who's going to be getting reps with the twos, 2-0 line? Like, you run into all those problems, and we're running on borrowed time here. We got to learn a new scheme in a matter of how many months. We got to get that down pack and then get the chemistry going. Like, it's a lot that needs to unfold for us within the next 7 to 8 months for us to be successful come August. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like us bringing in two quarterbacks that are trying to rightfully compete versus just having one guy that's a starter. You get first team reps, you building your chemistry with VB3 and Dallas Wilson and whoever the third guy is, TJ Abram or whatever, Nashawn Montgomery. I feel like they need that relationship. You need to have that check down relationship with ball, that handoff relationship with ball. Like, I want somebody to just come in and be the guy so you can get your reps day one. It's not Monday, Tuesday, you get 1s and 2s reps, and then Thursday, Friday, you get 2s and 1s reps. Like, and then you ain't even building no real chemistry. You can't really get things going right. And then
you just got to have like a bona fide guy. If you want to bring in a guy, like, I'm with you. If you bringing in one guy that has proven, like, if you're going to get Minshew, I think Minshew is going to go pro or stay at Duke. I don't think that's a real thing. I don't think he's going to do 3 schools in 3 years from what I was reading, right? And then he's getting like first round grades. So he's likely going pro. If not, he's going to stay at Duke. And you start looking around, Levitt is going to be a bidding war between like LSU and Miami. That's what it is. They're going to compete for that top guy. And then the one kid that leaving Cincy, I think his girlfriend just committed to Texas Tech in volleyball. Texas Tech got big bags out, right? And Texas Tech going to spend a lot of money in football. So it's looking like he's a shoe-in at Texas Tech. When you get past those guys, I think we don't know who's going to enter the portal because we're still waiting. But you start looking around, LSU, Miami, Texas Tech, like a lot of those schools are going to go get the top guys, outspin, go crazy. You just need a bona fide guy that is a solidified starter with solidified production that you're going to say, you're the starter, and everybody else, y'all fall in line. I haven't heard and seen a name like that associated with us in the portal, but I hope we find one.
For sure. Yeah, I didn't see one either.
You're going to need two quarterbacks, whether they're competing with each other or one is a Harrison Bailey type. But you need 4 quarterbacks or 5.
It's hard. It's hard to play. This game going to camps without 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, you need at least.
I'm not
4.
talking about the number. I guess I was more of saying I don't want to bring in 2. I don't want to bring in 2 bona fide starters. I'm cool with bringing in a guy who is like, okay, your situation. You're gonna be a great backup. And that's what it is. Like the kid Bailey you talked about. Like, I don't think nobody ever thought Bailey was going to be a starter for us. He's a good piece to the puzzle. He's a nice depth player, but
Jim
ideally
McElwain
bringing
thought
in.
he'd be a starter.
I will tell you this. They gave Harrison Bailey every single opportunity to win the backup job behind DJ all offseason.
I'm glad he let them down.
Yeah. So names Corey mentioned, Daria Mensah, Mensah, was at Tulane, transferred to Duke, is eligible to go pro this offseason. Probably a guy that could go pro. If not, does he stay at Duke? Duke obviously has a bunch of money. He's comfortable in that offense. Does he want to come with Jon Sumrall? Pause. Buster Faulkner? I don't know. Right. That is a name. That's nuts. I can't believe I said that.
That was great.
So he's a guy.
I think we need a commercial break after that, man.
Yeah. Colton Joseph, a name from Old Dominion. Mestamaker from North Texas. Now he might go and follow his coach to Oklahoma State. That's a guy. I know Sam Levitt is a guy over at Arizona State that's testing the transfer portal as well. I don't think that he's officially in, and obviously he would be a top name. You have a lot of schools that are going to be going after quarterbacks this year. So what Jordan said is 100% correct. You're not going to get 2 guys that are bona fide starters. Now you might have a guy like, is it Aaron Philo, Corey?
Philo, something. I will go with Philo if you're asking me. I think it's Philo.
Yeah. So Aaron Philo, he's a guy who's backup quarterback at Georgia Tech, obviously familiar. I believe set the Georgia passing record as a senior, but has played very minimally. I think he has 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns in his career, backing up Haynes King. Obviously, a lot of familiarity with Buster Faulkner. Is that a guy that you would guarantee? I don't think so. You can't guarantee him a starting role. I mean, I guess you can, right? Like, we're not running the program, but
you got to be telling him something, right? Like, and let's just be like real in football. So he's the shoe-in starter at Georgia Tech, right? And Georgia Tech they've lost it, or them nerds is losing their mind about losing this kid. So they like him,
but they're about to bring in a new offense coordinator, and that offense coordinator will have different ideas, right? So you're playing with fire one way or the other.
Yeah, but for him to
he has eligibility left.
No, Aaron
Haynes is out of here.
No, Aaron Philo is the next in line for Georgia
Tech. Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's been told something to leave, for sure, starting quarterback situation, to transfer and hit the portal. You're being told something. Like, you're my number 1 guy. You're being told something that you like. If you're at Georgia Tech got bread. They spending money a little bit in the portal, right? They with the shenanigans a little bit. He's being told something. He ain't just leaving with the hopes of just competing for a job. I don't think it's just that simple. I think he's being told, hey, I like you to be my guy. I'm going over to start this offense. It's my thing at UF. I like you to be my guy. It's what I think he's being told, to be able to leave a situation that he's got at Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at it, but you better win. If you go, because I think on paper that looks crazy.
Yeah, no, and I don't think that you can go and just get Philo out of the transfer portal and expect fans to be 100% on board unless you went and recruited some dogs on the offensive line. I don't mean transfer portal. I mean, you're going and tampering some people into the transfer portal. But no,
you'll see.
Tampa Money Fitness. Great name. No, I'm not preparing you for Philo. I honestly have no idea what Florida's doing at the position. Super chat here. Aiden Childs or Dylan Raiola. I'm a no on both. Aaron
Yeah.
Child could be on his. He's a
Give me Raiola, man. Give me the
They can stay right where they
Give me
at.
great value Mahomes, man. I'd take him right now. You kidding me? They talking about Philo.
Nah.
Y'all talking about no to him. Give me Jit. Give me
I
Nebraska.
got great value Russ on the roster already. I don't need no more great value.
I know what Raiola. How you say his last name? I need to get it right just in case he's my guy.
Areola need to stay where he at.
Yo, this is a family show, bro.
Sorry.
Oh my
Yo.
God. No, I don't think
man.
I don't think Dylan Raiola is coming to Florida, and I don't think that Florida is going to pursue Aiden Childs, and unless against you are just really unhappy with what you have as your options right now. Aiden Childs, in my opinion, is just not good enough. But you got to do something.
Somebody say Austin Simmons' dad shopping him around. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, hey, that's my dog, though. Don't get on my dog.
No, that's my dog. I rock with him. I'm just saying, wouldn't be the first time.
Right now, that's my dog.
But you know I'm right. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. You ain't never told a lie, nah. I wish you when you're right. You're right.
It would not be the first time. I'm down to purchase, man. Tell them to call me, man.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that one right there. I mean, if we're doing a two-piece, yeah, I'm about to say, if we're doing a two-piece, he's a good puzzle to the two-piece. I'll take him and somebody else.
For sure.
You take Austin Simmons and somebody else?
100%.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'll take Austin Simmons.
Put him on the baseball field.
That too. 2 for 1. I
think that one. The NIL checks don't hit right on the baseball field yet. I think Dad need them greenbacks from the NIL right now.
Yeah,
that baseball money is a longer play. Yeah, baseball's a longer play. It's a bigger play, but it's definitely don't pay off right now.
That's a MLB arm
for sure.
Corey, I know you mentioned the Cincinnati quarterback Sorsby. He looks to be trending to Texas Tech.
Yeah,
so no, I know.
Just think South Carolina quarterback gonna hit the portal.
No,
Norris.
Yeah, they agree.
Hard,
they're doing contract extension tweets now.
That's crazy. We were talking about that. That's crazy.
That's nasty, dog. I don't want to deal with that, bro. Like now I gotta resign. We gotta wait for you to resign and drop a graphic and a note for that, bro. Come on, man. Spare me, bro.
Bro, no. So like it's one thing if like a collective does it, but like I saw USC use that terminology, like, oh, we've signed him to a new deal. Like the out west, the real USC. Bro. Like their regular, like at USC Trojans was like, we re-signed so and so. I was like, oh.
Gotten to that point, fellas. I ain't lying to you.
I'm talking about dog is in there signing a paper like it's 2001 too. Like, bruh, just e-sign it. Like, why y'all in
USC's too poor to afford DocuSign with these extensions?
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
So I know we ain't really hit this gear yet, but how do y'all feel we about to patch up this O-line? Because it was already shaky. Now we missing a few pieces coming up. That's another issue.
We got Phil, bro. Phil gonna play. He
That's true.
Gonna play with him. I got Phil.
You're right about that. That's a little stress relieving because I was a little worried. I'm like, we was a little shaky last year, and we're losing what, 2 guys?
Yeah, we're losing your only 2 that received any sort of recognition.
Right, the best 2 in my opinion. So,
you're losing your starting right guard.
Oh yeah, you're losing
center.
Yeah.
Shout out to Damian George. Just got engaged today. Oh, and Austin Barber got engaged a couple days ago.
Yeah, I saw Austin Barber's. Congrats, boys.
Yeah, I've seen Austin Barber's.
Damian George just got today. You're losing 3 starters. A 6-year senior and 2 fifth-year seniors.
Yeah, you're losing a ton of snaps, right? Even if they weren't perfect all season.
Even if they was coming back, I would want them replaced. I'm be honest with you. I like all those guys. Nope. No punches thrown, no shots. But I think we need to raise the floor in that whole room. I think Phil about to raise the floor and the ceiling.
Yeah,
like,
I forgot about Phil. That was a great point.
We good there.
I'm a little less stressed now.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
think that's portal shopping.
Yeah, for sure.
No, you better be tampering. Nick, I'm looking at you, brother. Looking at you, brother.
Hey, man. Hey, we need your money. We need your money. On to the
get back in
goal.
his DMs, man. Find out what's going on.
Go to FloridaVictorious.com. Join today. We're going to go spend your money on an offensive line.
When you're going to get a portal lineman, you try 9 times out of 10 you get a veteran guy with a year or two left, right? So they're going to up their draft stock, and having a guy like Phil Trotwin is going to help sell us better in the portal. Rob Sell trying to tell a kid I can get you pro don't hit the same as Phil. Just like
you can't just lie like Corey does.
It don't work.
You got futures on the line here.
You can lie to the high school kids. When you start lying to adults that are transferring, they're like, nah, boss, I seen you at work. Can't sell me the dream.
There's super chat here. Then we got to get some ad reads in. EHH Duardo. How many days does Sumrall have before the fans get mad? He's still in the playoffs.
0. I'm mad now.
You'd be happy to know that On 3 is already saying, shouldn't we want Jon Sumrall to lose because player retention has been really poor? So 0 days.
I want him to lose. I want him in the building like yesterday. I'm be like all of it matters, right? Like running 2 programs, playoffs, being at 2 spots, 2 phones. I like the tweet that he put out saying that he got 2 phones, 2 jobs. But yeah, I would like the head man in the building, player retention, building relationships with the new players. Our roster is actively getting recruited. Like the dogs, the killers, they're getting recruited.
On campus right now, they should be home.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody.
The players are home right now.
Some are home.
School.
Yeah, I just finished classes, so they done with school. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, school's out.
Either way, you locked in. Like just recruiting our roster, because the ops are recruiting our roster at a high rate right now. So just being focused on one job is what I would prefer as a fan. So you asking me as a fan of the Florida Gators, I would prefer I could give 2 poops about what's going on at Tulane, the playoffs, whatever that may be. Congratulations to them folks, but we need a coach here, working on transfer portal strategy, locked in on one job is what I would prefer as a Gator fan, me personally.
Yeah, I feel that. I kind of feel both ways, though. I feel like as a player, you can kind of look at that and kind of see, at least he's finishing what he started. He's a man of his word, and he out there just giving it the last hoorah. Obviously, that's about to be your coach anyway, but it's an opportunity for them to see how he operated and how he coached. Shoot, I mean, before he gets to y'all and do the same thing. Obviously, it's like through watching it through TV, so it's not the same as in person, but I'm sure half of those cats probably didn't even know who he was. Like when the hire came for real. Like,
I'm sure a lot of them weren't recruited by him,
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't know who he is. So this is a good time for them to see him doing what he's supposed to do and how he's gonna be coaching them for the next however many months / years. So I think it's good and bad that comes with it. I think it's good that we're not in a bowl game and we're out of school too, and everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So I think he knows the important guys we need to keep, and he's not silly in that regard. If he ain't already talked to them boys, he should be fired.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about him probably too much longer. I do think that Ole Miss is going to win, but I do think it's an unbelievable experience for him. The guys that he might bring over, coaching staff wise, even player wise, I don't know, any of those potential players. So I'm not saying that he's going to bring over a large number, but I think it's a really good experience for him to be able to coach in a playoff game, no matter what. So, but I do think that he'll probably be here. Was somebody in the chat said it probably after the Christmas holiday here. So that brings us to a couple more transfers. But before we do that, we've got a couple ad reads. So first is our friends over at Game Time Sidekicks. Go visit GameTimeSidekicks.com. You can get a really cool cup like this one. Corey has one. Jordan has one. Really, I was on their website earlier today, bought a few for Christmas. Great gifting ideas, great product, very fairly priced. And I think if you buy them today, you'll get them before Christmas as well. So go visit GameTimeSidekicks.com. Use promo code Stadium15. You'll get 15% off of your order. And also go visit our friends over at Home Field Apparel, HomeFieldApparel.com. Use promo code Stadium and Gale. If you go look at Nick's Twitter from last Tuesday or Monday, whenever they had the event, they did a collab with Home Field Apparel. It looked really cool. Nick, you can talk more about it in a second if you want, but really great products. They have 6 pages worth of Florida Gator stuff. They have about 100 different schools out there, and they're always adding new products. All the vintage logos, really soft cotton, great product, great gifting idea, especially this time of year. You've heard me talk about the gift giving season since probably September 1st. So we're almost there. And then we have to wait another 9 months before I start to bring up Christmas season again. So go visit homefieldapparel.com, promo code Stadium15. So again, Game Time Sidekicks, promo code Stadium15. You get 15% off. Homefieldapparel.com, Stadium Gale gets you 20% off and free shipping. One time per email address. So,
all you scammers.
not telling you what to do. Nick, Home Field Apparel, you did a collab with them?
Yeah, they were up in New York. They brought we worked with them. They brought Corey Brewer. They brought some merch. Shout out to everyone that showed up. It was an absolute madhouse at Mustang Harry's in Manhattan. Yeah, great people. Looking forward to continuing to work with them. Florida Victorious. And also I was trying to finesse myself one of those like starter jackets. Fire.
Nice. They got the throwback starters.
Yeah, it's obviously not starter. When I say, you know what I mean though, when I say starter, like that pattern, that little
like
puffy pattern,
the nylon.
yeah, it was looking good. But yeah, great people. Shout out to them. I think they were the ones that worked with Corey Brewer to get Corey Brewer at the event. Saw him and Joe up in New York, but yeah, they were great. Great to work with them.
Hayden, Joe,
DiMaggio.
Okay.
DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio, yeah.
Oh, that would have been a pull.
Yeah,
that would have been a wild pull.
Yeah.
Hey, Florida Victorious is in New York, and we brought Joe DiMaggio with us.
Didn't Joe DiMaggio
be the Yankee legend.
Didn't he freeze himself? Freeze his brain?
No,
I think I'll have to double check, but I think he was the one that froze his brain with the idea that maybe they'd be able to bring it back to life.
That was Ted Williams. They chopped his head off.
Oh, you're right. Ted Williams. Shout out to Ted Williams. I'm sorry
you confused Ted Williams with he froze his brain?
Head. They froze his whole head.
Yeah.
I might do that too, just in case he's right.
Just in case. What do you have to lose at that point?
Already dead, whatever.
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
Just in case he's right. Like just be me and Joe just bounce back, man.
Ted, not Joe. Ted Williams.
Just me and Ted. Be me and Ted.
You can't be the only 2 severed heads alive in the year.
No, Walt Disney apparently too.
And then turned to him and be like, "Hey, Joe, I'm Ted. My bad."
And then walks around the corner. Walt Disney's back.
Well,
a lot of great people are freezing their head. I'm gonna add it to my will, man, just in case.
A lot of great. It's a long show title, but
oh man, the show got sidetracked. Where we at? Did we talk? Where we at? Transfer portal.
No, we haven't talked about a bunch. So again, chronological order here. Jordan Castell, safety, 3-year safety for the Gators, is going to move on to somewhere else. So
understandable.
Yeah, I'm not mad, brother. No hard feelings. It's from one Jordan to another. Do your thing, brother.
From one Jordan to another. No, I think it's a lot of things that's going to be going on. Is is the pay equal the play, right? Some of these guys' play isn't equal to the play, so they're gonna find other homes, other situations, and it's not all good, not all bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Castell, you get a fresh start somewhere else, man. From one Jordan to another, like Jordan said,
I'm laughing. That boy said he was allergic to tackling. Wild.
If you go back to the episode we had him on, he talked about like not wanting to tackle. Like I don't know if y'all pay attention to that episode, but he talked about like that was one of the things he struggled with coming on campus is the physicality of it.
Well, I hope you go to a SEC school that we have to play and you keep that same energy. Don't tackle when you see 13 runs.
What was that sassy ass voice?
Yes.
I should-
He did enough
I
of that for
should-
me. Go ahead and mess somebody else up this.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's hard to have. It's tough, man. You know, shout out to 14, man. I hope he figures it out somewhere else.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of names over the next couple weeks.
For sure.
Yeah. So wish Jordan Castell the best. Probably best for all parties involved to explore.
Yeah, I don't think
somewhere
Sumrall is going to take not wanting to tackle very well. He just strike me as a guy that's going, what the fuck you doing? Like that
You
type
feel
of
me?
like
Yeah,
you're not
I
going
can
to get
see
a pat on the back, bro. Like I don't
Yeah,
think he's going to vibe well here, bro. So
yeah, I can
but
see
it's best
some
for everybody
film
involved.
study. I can see some film
Yeah.
study going on and starting to write down some numbers of players and be like, all right,
Like
you've
Coach
been on
30.
here a few times.
It'll be exactly like Coach 30.
Oh man, another transfer, a guy that I think all of us probably expected to play a little bit more this year is running back KD Daniels. He's going to explore the transfer portal as well. He'll have 3 seasons left to play. Just had a good kind of coming out party against Tulane in the bowl game last year, and then just didn't see him much this year at all. So.
Yeah.
There could be a variety of reasons.
I think that writing was on the wall when Jacoby Jackson gets hurt, and it's the freshman Duke Clark that kind of gets those snaps. I think the writing's on the wall there. Katie's a cool kid. I got to hang out with him. We did our media day. Just like a freak athlete too. So he'll carry he'll tote the rock for somebody. You're gonna see highlights of Katie Daniels somewhere.
Yeah. No, I wish him the best. He might. I think he's a Tampa guy, so wouldn't be surprised. I think he went to play in high school. No. Oh, who am I thinking?
Duke or something.
Oh, Duke Clark went
Duke's
to Tampa.
Guy.
Right.
Duke's a Tampa guy. KD was like one of the most prolific running backs in the history of Mississippi high school.
Mississippi. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Got the schools confused. Had him reversed there. So he'll have an opportunity to go. Maybe he goes down a level. Maybe he just gets an opportunity somewhere else. Quick. But again, a guy that I thought we'd see more going into this season. But Nick hit the nail on the head there. And then another guy
I just think real quick from the running back room. It's just going to be. I know we're waiting on Jayden Barr and his status, but also Trayon Webb. Like, what decision does he make? A guy that already graduated, that running back room gets a little bit lighter now.
Bro, he's close to getting a master's.
Is he really?
He literally graduated with his undergrad in 2 years.
Yeah.
He's close. I was joking with him. I was like, bro, you're gonna have a PhD before your eligibility runs out. But like, just crazy smart kid, great student.
Yeah. Smart kid, great kid.
Student.
Yeah. So we'll see what decision he makes.
I was sad about that, Katie Daniels. I know we got Ball, and I know we got Byron Lewis, right? That's his name, the heritage kid. And,
from the real American heritage, the one in the 954.
Right? For real. So we got some guys there, but I was sad to see Katie walk away, man. Like you said, I saw the flashes early, and I think he's a phenomenal athlete, and just wanted to see him in that blue and orange, man. But, we can't have our cake and eat it too. As long as I feel like we keep 13, that would have kept me the happiest. But honestly, I think I was more hurt at looking at the KD leaving than 2 leaving. Not to point the bear or anything, but that's just how I felt when I saw the whole thing shake out.
It's a running back in you, bro.
Yeah, that's really what it is. That's really what it is. I'm like, he was just such a piece to where if Ball was ever hurt or something.
We talk about DJ, and Jordan's like, who do we get to replace him? We talk about KD Daniels, and Jordan's like, honestly, like, if I can just like write a check, how do we figure this out?
You feel me?
Is he really gone?
How you felt when ETN transferred? Just get nostalgic real quick.
I was gonna bring that up. I think I was hurt more than when ETN transferred because I watched him ball, bro. I went to his career high game, and I was like, man, he's a beast. He was running crazy, and I'm like, you really had a legacy at Florida that you was about to do. You was almost like there. Could you
imagine?
Bail out.
Could you imagine, Jordan? You play 2 years at Florida, and then all of a sudden your fans are barking, and you like it, or you're listening to Rocky Top, or you're in Tallahassee.
These new just built
Could
different,
you imagine?
Bro.
That's why I said I was so sad when I saw ETN leave for it because I was like, why? And then when I really got to the Jags, I talked to his brother, like, bro, why did your brother leave? He said, honestly, bro, he regretted it, bro. I was like, I made me feel a little better that you told me that he knew he made a bad choice. You trying to chase, you ain't even get no ring.
I like how childish that was, bro.
Jordan with the
Is he on a roster?
Yes.
Yeah, Carolina.
I don't watch a lot of Carolina Panthers games.
You shouldn't watch a lot of Dolphin games, but you still do.
I'm recording my favorite thing to do on a Monday night instead of watching the Dolphins play right now, actually.
Everybody should be watching this instead of the Dolphins.
There's 8,000 people that are choosing us over the Dolphins right now.
Make
sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit the retweet button, and also if you could go and rate our show 5-star or whatever you want to rate us, right? If you're like, hey, there's a 4-star, but you guys have an opportunity for improvement, that's fine. But
no, don't do that.
But if you could go on, open your app real quick and hit the 5. It takes 15 seconds. It helps us fight TD Gator, who is out against us. Who
hack into Apple.
Oh, he is a hack. Yeah.
And give us hack into the system and give us 6 stars. Tim Cook, totally fine with it.
Yeah. Tim Cook's good with it. All right. And then finally, I think this is the last one. Tight end Amir Jackson, who is the highest ranked tight end that Billy Napier ever recruited, former top 100 guy. He is also entering the transfer portal. Again, a guy that I think we all thought we would see more of this season, but for obvious reasons, no, we didn't.
Yeah, best guy in the room. I got my comments rated when I said that. He's just the best guy in the room. Well, it's like tallest midget, Silk. I'm like, yeah, you might be right. It's like a tallest midget, but I think he's talented. But a guy, from what I understand, some of these guys will be asked to take pay cuts according to production. Just comes with the territory, man. But if he's not here, we talking about 2 quarterbacks. We need 4 tight ends. I don't think we got a tight end.
I don't know because Hanson's gone.
He has more eligibility.
No. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, bro.
Hayden Hanson's got eligibility. Tony Livingston's back. I'm blanking on the freshman's name. They just signed someone last year.
Guys, we don't need ends. We got a 5-car garage of Ferraris. Did y'all forget?
You gotta keep the Ferraris right now, bro. They might get repoed.
No one's covered in the garage right now.
Oh no! As the Lamborghini, the literal Lamborghini's leaving town. Let's see. Nick, in this class, a tight end. Oh,
pass class.
Oh,
no, pass class. Like he redshirted this year. Forget. I apologize. He's a victorious athlete.
The chat knows. Tight end. We're scrolling down pretty far here, Nick. Oh, Micah Jones.
From Madison. Oh well, yes, Micah. Yes,
is
Micah
that not
Jones.
who you were thinking of?
Cameron Kosman, another freshman. Micah and Cameron.
Is that the guy that we flipped from Kansas?
Hezekiah is on the way, so no worries.
Or Penn or Ivy League?
Yeah. I don't know. He's from Missouri.
Yeah. Missouri.
Kosman, there you go.
Yeah. Kosman.
They're impeccable.
Yeah. Recruiting.
Who was
I'm going to
Kosman?
remind myself. He was, I think he was going to go to University of Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. I would not throw a ton of faith, but I'm rooting for him. Rooting for him because he wears the orange and blue. But we need
Kosman's on our roster?
Yeah. I think we got it right before National Signing Day. Not like last National Sign, like the day 24. Of. I think it was one of those. They tweeted the graphic out.
He's been practicing. What number is he?
He was injured this year.
Oh, okay.
I think he's. Yeah. Is he in the Kyle Pitts? Is he in 84?
Ooh,
87. Sorry, 87. He's in the Jonathan Odom.
Jonathan Odom.
That's rough.
Mm-mm.
That's rough.
Oh my gosh, show's going off the rails here. So that's where we're at. You're gonna
I mean,
see
I could have gone Tevin Westbrook. That rattling off 87.
That's even rougher, bro. We need to retire 87 just for the program's sake.
87's ripe to make yours. Make 87 yours.
Oh my god.
I have a question. How'd you come up with the channel name? The football and basketball stadium on the corner of Stadium Road and Gale Lemerin Drive. Used to be called North South. So Stadium and Gale is the corner of the basketball and football stadium. Thanks for the question if you guys didn't know. So that brings us to kind of the end of our show here. You're going to see a lot more names.
Burton Ward too. We got to retire 87. If Clay Ward too.
If you are a future Florida Gator and you want a number to be associated with you, 87, wide open.
We got to get rid of 87, bro. That number has been put through a lot.
Khalif Jackson.
87 is wide open. Make it yours.
Yo, that number has been through a lot. Oh my God, it's retired. Maybe that's the
I was thinking like, who wore 87 when I was playing? Khalif Jackson.
Let's see.
Right, it has been through a lot. That's my boy though. My boy's actually a lawyer now. Big ups to
word. That's dope.
Who is?
Bring him on one day.
Khalif. Who is Khalif Jackson?
Oh Lord. Yeah. You remember Khalif?
Oh wow. I remember Khalif. Yeah. These are the best players to ever wear the number. These are the best players to ever wear the number 87.
From the offseason.
This is from Sports Illustrated. Jim Yancey, who was a tight end from 1968 to 1971. Mike Clark.
Bro, you sound like Ole Miss right now, having to go back to the 60s to talk about football.
1978 to 1980. This article starts with, although there are limited individual statistics, he will always be remembered as a starter on a Gators team that made history. Well, I guess he went to the Rams, played in the NFL for a little bit. And then Robbie Stevenson, who was a punter for the Gators in that 96 national championship team. That was the last number 87. So there's an opportunity to make an impact. Yeah.
What I've been saying.
Yep. So there's going to be other names. I think it's not fair to prognosticate on who may transfer, who may not transfer. The transfer portals are not even officially open for another 2 weeks. You're going to probably see some names.
I used to be in the racket. This is great for quotas. You get the plans on, then he enters. You might get
he pulls himself
leaves.
out.
You might turn this into 3.
Nick giving y'all the blueprint for clickbait, man. Yeah, give him the formula for clickbait, my boy.
I'm out of the rat race, but yeah, this is great for clicks. Not great for your sleep, but great for clicks.
This is great for off-season content too.
Yeah.
Real quick, the pieces of the court. Yes, the money comes back to us, and it is all, but that's all directed towards the basketball program.
Cool.
I don't believe
we were going to get
it in time for Christmas if you order now. I think that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. The graphic and whatnot that you had looked pretty cool. I think that brings us to the end of our show. We got one final ad read. Go visit our friends over at Alumni Hall. Go visit alumnihall.com or go visit them in Gainesville on Archer Road. Anything that you want Florida Gator fan in your life, go visit them. Widest selection of Gator stuff in Gainesville. So again, alumnihall.com or Alumni Hall in Gainesville on Archer Road, right by that Chick-fil-A and Cava, I believe. So a lot of names that you are still waiting to hear, whether they will or will not enter the transfer portal, and we will see here soon. Guys have any final thoughts? Words of advice? Affirmation?
Hey, we could be Michigan.
We could what? Oh,
brother.
We could be Michigan. So it's always positivity. I'm here to bring positive spin to things, man. We could be.
Wasn't nice, bro. You ain't have to do that to that man, bro.
You didn't have to do that to that girl either. So
your household could be his household, right? Like it's a lot, bro. It's like you just gotta find a positive spin on life, bro. Like maybe you think you going through a lot. Just think about Brother Sharon's house right now.
They're going through it, bro. He literally was going from making $500,000 a month to literally probably bum / prison time.
A cautionary tale, man. Cautionary tale of chasing the cheeks.
Yeah, Sharon did have a bad day. Yes, he did have a bad day. He had a bad couple of hours there. I think he was still in jail a couple days later. I think he's home now, but tough situation. Probably could have been okay. Probably take a couple years off. Probably get fired. Would have been okay. Can't do the stuff after that. Can't do the crash out.
You can't do the crash out. You got to take your controversy and just ride it. Yeah, ride the wave of your L, lay low, and then you bounce back. You be Willie Taggart in the NFL, right? As a position coach, and people forget. But you crash
Taggart's
out.
In the NFL?
Yeah, he's with the Ravens.
Yeah. He's with the. He's made Derrick Henry the fumble machine this year. You didn't see it.
My fantasy team did.
Oh man. Yeah,
just a tough day. Thoughts on you guys have any thoughts on the Heisman Trophy?
The sorriest Heisman Trophy ever, man. But I'm glad Sig got one.
Diego.
Right?
Diego had himself a crash out in the Chat GPT apology. So, man.
Shout out to the first Cuban American to be a Heisman winner.
Oh,
shout out to Mendoza, man.
Miami guy
from the Heisman.
Yeah, he from
Miami guy went to Berlin.
Yep.
Berlin.
No, he went to Columbus. Went to Columbus.
No, he went to Columbus.
All the Cubans go to Columbus, man. You know that.
He was an explorer. He was an explorer.
Anybody from the crib getting that, I'm happy. So I ain't too mad. I ain't from Miami, but I'm from around the way, so we'll take it.
Tri-county area, man. We all family at some point.
Shout out to my guy Brandon O'Doy because I tweeted. I think it was his 247 page. He was like a 2-star on 247 and a 3-star. And Brandon goes, he didn't get that 3rd star until he committed to Cal. I think he was like a 2020 high school kid, but had barely any offers. So shout out to him. Incredible season. Shout out to Sig. Hey Sig, just like you don't need that bottle anymore. Just like let the grades come, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sig using Beijing?
Buddy, come on. Guy's got
red flag,
jet black hair.
Right.
In mid to late 50s, jet black hair. Come on, no shot.
Bro, you too old to be faking and talk about gray hair, bro. Like
bottled
I gotta
black.
watch you now.
He's bottled black.
Yeah.
I gotta watch. I gotta keep an eye on that guy now, man.
Who do you guys have winning the national championship? Who do you guys have winning the national championship?
The Natty?
Ohio State.
Man, I want to tell you the truth.
What you Nick?
Ohio State.
I got the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
Oh my God! What Jeremiah Smith put that movie clip out after he didn't win the Blitnikoff? Guys,
think about it is, man. I like A&M. I do like A&M. I also think Georgia's playing good football right now.
Yeah.
And if Ohio State's downfall is going to be, like, I don't know who's calling plays with Brian Hartline and the USF thing, etc. And I also didn't like the way Brian Hartline called the offense versus Indiana. I think their offense is underachieving. I think they should repeat, but I don't think they're gonna. It's just not clicking without Chip. I think they're missing that chip sauce a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think
Did Chip Kelly interview for the Georgia Tech offense coordinator job? Or is that a rumor?
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
If Brent Key hires Chip Kelly, I would be like, what were our options? Like, we should have probably went and got Chip. If I can get Chip, I want Chip, but whatever. We'll see if Georgia Tech gets him.
Yeah, Ian Chips.
Yeah.
Chip is a beast, bro. In college football, Chip is a beast, bro. He ain't got to run your program. He just call plays. That little fat chipmunk go crazy.
Here's a name we didn't mention, and it's been pretty public. Their AD Rob Higgins over at USF, I thought has done a great job in the last couple months here. This is Byron Brown over at USF. I know not a prolific passer, but definitely a guy. Beat Florida, had a pretty good year over there. Highly recruited guy. Your thoughts beyond him?
Moment of
I
silence.
wouldn't be mad at him as one of the two pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But him just solely
Simmons
being my number one guy and not looking anywhere else, no.
Okay.
I think we can just put a receiver at quarterback for that.
I ain't mad at that take.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Appreciate everybody for watching. Appreciate our sponsors. Go visit them. And yes, Trav, your Game Time Sidekick tumbler is not dishwasher safe. I think
I put mine in the dishwasher. Maybe your dishwasher needs to be upgraded.
Hand wash, baby. Only hand wash these.
Yeah, I hand wash mine, but
I can't lie. I'll be throwing my shit all in the dishwasher.
Trav, reach out to me. I'll see what we can do. Maybe it's a certain type of coating that doesn't work well. I don't know. Maybe you
do you buy the let me talk to Trav real quick. Do you buy the gel liquid pour in, or do you have the little packets? You might be buying cheap dishwasher stuff too. Like you get the Publix brand, or you go and get like, the real shit.
Oh, I think this is a probably a heater issue.
Yeah. Yeah, don't run a heater. Like, I wouldn't dry them in there. Wash, and maybe take the Game Time Sidekicks out, and then dry the rest of your glasses and everything. But
he's Cascade Platinum guy. Yeah, he's Cascade Platinum guy. Yeah.
How dare you? Trav, how dare
Platinum?
you?
Oh, my bad, bro.
Trav, how dare you? When I order bottles, they bring the sign out.
Yeah.
Sparklers with the Cascade, huh?
Yeah. Trav can buy another one.
Yeah. Said Platinum.
Like, you thought I bought barefoot wine?
Bad,
how
fam.
Dare you, sir?
I went for me with the game, bro.
I guess we got breaking news. Josiah Davis, the safety, has entered the transfer portal. I guess is the news that just hit the wire.
Josiah Davis was just in here.
Good luck, Josiah. He was in here. He was vibing.
I thought. Oh, maybe it was just Prince saying Josiah Davis.
No, he wasn't in here. You think he was dropping his portal note in the comments on Stadium Gale?
Potentially.
I can see it. I haven't seen this, but maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I believe the commenter. I believed commenters, and they've been wrong before. But
that's true. You've gotten played before.
Good luck, Josiah. Yeah. May the force
be with you. So according to chat, Josiah Davis has entered the transfer. Your shows are too short, brother. We've been going on for 1 hour and 40 minutes with limited commercial breaks. This is a pretty long show.
How long are people podcasting these days? Like, what I mean, how long are people podcasting these days? They're like doing the screamer thing, where they going like telethons. Like that's the vibe these days.
Just live streaming our whole lives.
I got a family though, so I gotta log off here.
Yeah. I don't want that heat. I do not want that heat. I don't want any heat. Don't want any heat.
Dan, Dan's gonna have to plan like an Australia vacation if there's more heat.
Stadium Gale had it first. You heard it here first. The chat said
JP's
JP got the new picture.
Tattoos.
Oh my
God! Got the new face.
You got the new face tats on Sumrall. This guy's relentless, man. Billy didn't leave with anything. All the assets, all the marketing assets are transferred over to Jon Sumrall, man.
Well, what does Theo Vaughn talk about for 3 hours?
Brain dead shit.
Talking about Diego Pavia's mom probably the whole time. Oh man. All right, let's get out of here. We're finally gonna say goodbye. Go visit
watching Titanic 3 hours.
Yeah. Go visit Brunt Insurance. Go visit the Dykus Burke and Lewis Law Group, Game Time Sidekicks, Alumni Hall, and Home Field Apparel. We'll see you guys same corner, same time. Peace.